good thing about a hair transplant is that it is permanent. In the same breath, the bad thing about a hair transplant is that the results are permanent. That said, above all considerations for a successful hair transplant outcome, the naturalness of the result can never be understated. A badly done hair transplant that looks unnatural will cost an arm and a leg to repair, if at all that is possible. So before I present today's case, a young Indian male with grade 4 male pattern baldness, let us delve further into what is naturalness in a hair transplant result. Stay on and I'll be back. So today's patient we're going to discuss came to us seeking a natural hair transplant, but at the same time a dense hair transplant. So what is a natural hair transplant? A natural hair transplant is a result in which one looks and feels normal, natural. The newly planted hair blends seamlessly with the existing native hair. The result complements the patient's age profile, his facial structure, gives a youthful look, but at the same time continues over the years to look in sync with the patient's age as he progresses down the years. So at our clinic, how do we ensure natural hair transplant results? Number one, much time needs to be expended on hairline design, discussing the design with the patient's objectives, what he wants to achieve, keeping in mind his age, keeping in mind his donor area availability. The facial structure of the patient is extremely important, and the importance of the rule of thirds cannot be negated. A well-designed hairline should be age appropriate. The patient should, as time passes, as the patient ages, he should grow into his hairline, not grow out of it. A low hairline may look good at 25, but when you're 35, this same low hairline will look out of place, and people can figure out that you got a hair transplant done from 1 mile. Secondly, grafts should be strategically placed to mimic nature. The angulation of the grafts, respecting the curl of every hair which is unique, a soft transition zone, planting only singles which have been carefully dissected under 12x magnification along the hairline transition zone, in natural density which is not too dense that it looks fake. Thirdly, the slit making should be atraumatic. There should be no jagged margins to the slit. And this can be ensured with clean cutting instruments like the sapphire knife that we use in Darling Bud's clinic. This prevents pluggy look, it prevents cobblestoning as well. Now fourthly, our technique DHAI, which comprises in vivo preservation of grafts during the phase of harvesting, as we have explained in a previous video. Careful dissection of the grafts under 12x magnification. Direct hair anagen insertion of grafts using implanter pens that have been designed by myself. They go a long way in ensuring good density, in ensuring graft survival, natural appearance, and preservation of density for a longer period of time. Hair, when harvested in the anagen phase, are so robust that they grow like a weed. If we take miniaturized hair from the donor area, miniaturizing hair, most of them firstly will not survive, and those that do will soon fall off because they are not anagen hair. Most of these hair are affected by the balding process. So the management of the donor area is at the same time very important to prevent overharvesting, number one, and number two, to prevent shock loss, which happens if we exceed the 1:5, 1:4 ratio of harvest. This ratio needs to be respected if you need to give the patient a natural result, not only in the recipient area, but also in the donor area from where the grafts have gone out. Only anagen hair need to be cherry-picked from the scalp donor. Attention to detail is important. The team should be well rehearsed. The team should have been there together for a long period of time. The angulation of the grafts, maintaining the curl of the hair, individual curl of the hair, is very important. Following the natural pattern of existing hair, especially along the hairline, the frontotemporal angles and the temple points is of crucial importance. A hair transplant, as I have mentioned many times before, is like a symphony orchestra, with the surgeon being the key member, the opera master. A hair transplant is a 20-hour man job, a symphony of detail between 5 to 8 team members over a period of 5 to 8 hours. A well-oiled team during hair transplant is of utmost importance. It is only a well-oiled team that can give results on a consistent basis. So this is the patient's result. after 8 months of his hair transplant, notice that even with 2.5 centimeters, you can appreciate the natural density, the natural transition zone, which leads to the area of density, the natural temple points, and overall natural result and a happy patient. If you want to know anything else about the case, please let me know. Drop a comment in the comment section below, or any query relating to hair loss medication for men and women, or hair transplant, do drop in a message and I'll be there to help you within 2 days. Thank you for watching again. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Your encouragement keeps the channel growing. Have a nice day.